Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, into some TA. All right, guys, we are going to make this video pretty quick here. We're just going to briefly go over price action, just a reminder of what we covered and what our outlook was going into this week on the weekly update that was dropped Saturday. Guys, we were looking for a pullback back to right over here on QQQ. All right. And then on SPY, we're looking for a pullback right over here to retest the zone at the start of the week. We did say the weekly chart did not, necessarily suggest immediate downside, but, how we closed out on Friday over here, you had the giant wick on SPY. You had the same thing going on over here on QQQ. I know it's hard to see with all the levels. All right. But, in the short term, we had a bearish look going into the start of the week. We did push up, but I'm just going to jump right down to the smaller time frames right now and show you guys what I'm watching. All right. So first things first, I want to point out this move right here. I liked how it was looking, and then you came up to the high, and the fact that you sold right before you took out that high, that's not necessarily a sign of strength, guys. So what I'm going to say right now is it really depends on the zone right here. Let's go over some scenarios over here on QQQ. All right. We're going to draw the golden pocket, and from there, I'm just going to point out, all right? Like I said, this is a sign of weakness. You came right up here. You found sellers before you could take out that high, and then guess what? You have a lower high right into the lower low. So automatically, I'm just going to say, I don't think this holds. I think we are going to be coming down here, and from here, we have a few scenarios, all right? So first things first, you could do something like this, all right? And then you would blast off to a new all-time high, all right? Or what I think is more likely is we get something like this. All right, maybe something like that. And then, boom, we wind up at the level that we were paying attention to before. That is the previous all-time high over here, 460.58. All right, so if you cannot hold this zone right here in between 463.39 and 463.74 like you're doing right now, I do think that this scenario is going to be the more likely one. Obviously, you can come down here, bounce in the golden pocket, and then bounce back up. You could do that, all right? We look for buyers in the golden pocket, but I think it's much more likely going to be a dead cat bounce. We don't have any 15-minute bearish diverge. We don't have any 15-minute bullish diverge. You're kind of in no man's land right now. I told you guys, it's a good idea to get a little risk off here. Just take a step back, all right? And if you're entering longs, it would not be the worst idea to use the July 19 expiration. Why? Because you have a lot of time for that specific idea to play out. And you might want to give yourself some time because we're in uncertain territory. It's not uncharted territory. We're in, uncertain waters over here. And market participants, they don't like uncertainty, guys. They really don't. All right. And I'm actually just going to jump over here to Mr. VIX and I'm going to point out, guys, the market participants are very freaking confused right now. They are so confused. All right. We started the day down on SPY. All right. And then now we're just about break even over here on SPY. And VIX is still up 4.83%. All right. Why is it up? I don't know. I'm telling you right now, puts were taken. They've gotten a little sold off. That's the only thing that moves Mr. VIX over here, right? Puts and calls on SPX. VIX goes up when calls are sold and puts are bought. VIX goes down when calls are bought and puts are sold. That's how it works. Market, I've been pointing it out ever since right over here. All right. Right over here. The market participants are very freaking confused right now. We're seeing weird behavior over on here on Mr. VIX, and I'm just saying, I watch this thing all the time, and it doesn't normally behave like this. All right? Market participants are very clearly confused. It is a great idea to take a step back. All right? Now, I'm going to come over here to IWM real quick, and I'm going to point out what we, pointed out in the weekly update, guys. There's a little trade idea for you, and I said I was going to take it. Guess what? You now do have that 4-hour bullish divergence going on down here. You also had a 15-minute one to start off the day, all right? But specifically, I was telling you guys to pay attention to this 4-hour RSI. This thing was all the way down here at 30 this morning. That is when, you can buy some time on there, and you have high odds of seeing that bounce, all right? The last few times, you've at least gotten like a $2 to $4 bounce. What did we get over here? All right, a $2 to $4 bounce. Now, this is exactly where we're going to be expecting sellers to step back in. So guys, if you did that, you might want to take some profits right here. It's not a bad idea. Quite frankly, I'm looking forward to this if it comes. All right, undercut that low, get this thing back in oversold territory, and I'd like to, grab some more. Okay, but I'm just going to say the fact that IWM's 4-hour RSI is all the way down here tells me that I think downside's limited. That's just what I got to go with. I got to go with my experience here, and that's, typically what I see. All right, if this is down here, the indices, guys, they all give us little clues, and I know SPY and QQ, they got some room to fall. They do. All right, they do. We're going to come back over here. We're going to turn on real-time hours. That's what I watch SPY and QQ with. Oh, and look at that. We're coming down to the golden pocket because it didn't, we had our sign of weakness right there. This is what you're looking at, guys. All right, this scenario right here, I now do think that's likely, and I do think we are heading to 460.58 in the short term. All right, I don't know if it's going to be today, but I think it's likely that that happens, over the next, 1 to 3 trading sessions, we're going to say. Like I said, they're just chopping it up here. They're killing premiums. That's that. You got these 2 back-to-back wicks now. I don't know how it's necessarily going to, close out here. It's 2:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Yeah, if I had to take a guess, you're coming back down here. All right. IWM, you're watching for buyers step in over here in the golden pocket like they already have been. I think, over here on small cap names, individual tickers, IWM's going. Well, if it's going to, base out around here and we're going to get our buying opportunity again there, then you're going to get it over there on the small caps. Come over here to SPY. What do you got going on over here? You got these 2 large upper wicks. I understand you had that hammer, okay? But they faked you out, and then you had that, and now you have another large upper wick. Not signs of strength. I think we are going to, come all the way down here. 430.51 to 431.48. And that is that. All right. And maybe you get, either a dead cat bounce there or it goes up to new high. Like I said, this weekly chart does not suggest immediate downside here. If we get a massive bearish engulfing candlestick, then I don't know what to do. Well, you actually physically can't get a bearish engulfing candlestick with how they've set this up, which that's not the worst thing. All right. Because over here, they set you up with the gap up so you could have that. So you know what? Maybe the people, the market gods behind the scenes are setting it up so this dip gets bought. Just like I was pointing out. I think we start the week off with a dip, and then I think we get the, buying maybe into the end of the week. That's that. All right, come over here to Mr. DIA. Not necessarily the worst look over here. DIA, they have different, the Dow Jones has different components than SPY and QQQ. Just like IWM. That's why IWM looks like that. That's why DIA looks like that. And then boom, large upper wicks over here on SPY and QQQ. The DIA, hitting it with the break and retest, guys. You're still just basing out here. And this honestly is not the worst look. Declining volume. You had this, big day, big volume supporting it. Now you've consolidated for quite some time now. Declining volume. That's a great look. All right. If I had to take a guess, you're probably going to launch back up. I'm not necessarily bearish in this. I'm just looking for deeper pullbacks. That's that. All right. Now, time to get into some trade ideas. All right. Oxy. I think this thing looks phenomenal. All right. Take it from here to here. All right. The whole duration of this run, you could have started it down there, but this is literally the duration of that run. This is what we're tracking. All right. 0.786 fib. You almost exactly tapped that. You came down to support over here where you broke out from 58.99. That is not the worst look, guys. All right. The low of this candlestick was 59. So you stepped in, we know there's buyers sitting down there. Top of that, Buffett bought back in. Well, he didn't buy back in, but he bought more. All right, so that's that. You're in a massive fallen wedge pattern. And quite frankly, this thing ain't looking bad at all. It's not looking too shabby. All right, now you are doing that thing that DIA was just doing where you're basing right above where you broke out from. Above here, guys, we have room up to 60.92. Above there, you have room up to 61.67. I like July calls over here. I think they're relatively safe. You got this going on as well. You have a bullish divergence. Do you have the bullish? Yeah, you do have the bullish divergence. You got a bullish divergence going on down there. All right, so that's that. Next one we're going to point out, CELH. I understand it does not look good right now. It does not. All right, you're going to put that on there. And as you can see, the golden pocket is right down here. I'm going to be taking my position in this golden pocket. Again, I understand it doesn't look the best right now. I would like a hammer candlestick to print by the end of the day, and I'll take a full position. I like it. You see all that volume coming in right there? I like that as well. What do I really like? 4-hour RSI. Deeply oversold over there. Over here, all right, if you start turning up around here, you're going to have a bullish divergence. I like that. Technically, you still do have the bullish divergence right now, even if you close out like right there. But preferably, you put in a hammer candlestick down there. This is your previous all-time high, just like you found buyers over here. All right, this is your massive range right now. You hold here, you got room back up to here. That's a pretty decent move. Next one we're going to be going over is Penn. All right, Penn with the falling wedge, break and retest. This thing ain't looking bad. Next one is RCL. All right. Now RCL, I'm looking at it short, but hey, doesn't have to go down like that. All right. You break underneath 153.17. That's when you probably are going to start breaking down from that falling wedge. I know that is white and it doesn't look like it's falling wedge, but that is actually the pattern going on here. But then you also have the parallel channel. This upper bound or this lower bound just got taken from me going like this. All right, exact parallel channel going on. And I think if you lose that level, you have a chance to come down here, but it could be the two-way setup, all right? You clearly see buyers going on down here and they're coming in. You like that if you're looking for bullish continuation there. I personally think it's probably going to break down, but you know, it's not looking bad right now. It's not looking bad on the long side. It is strong. All right, so there's that. Now let's talk about some more long setups. Falling wedge breakout. We're seeing a lot of these right now. Okay, break and retest. You've now gotten above. All right, gotten above this spot right over here. I know it's changed right over there, right? The exact level is going to be 40.70. Above there, you have room up to 41.22. All right. Above there, you have room up to 42.14. I like the setup of this one. CRSP. CRISPR. Well, I'm sad I did not take this morning. All right. These guys, if you see these gray lines, these are on the focus list. I'll give you a sneak peek. All right. Break and retest off your inverse head and shoulders neckline over here. I like it. There's your pivot. You're holding the 9. I like it. I think you're probably about to start a whole ass run like that. All right. You based out for a while over here. We have a very similar look. All right. 53 days there. You based out 60 days there. All right. Yeah. You're breaking above it. You get above this high over here at 60.26. I understand the trade is already in motion, but you break above 60.26. That is when this thing can start going for a ride. So keep it on your radar. Etsy. Another one that just broke out. You do actually have this falling wedge. All right. But I don't have it drawn on there. You have it like that. Regardless, downtrend break, falling wedge break, whatever you want to look at it. I like the fact that you got this weekly close above it where you could not this other time you broke out. All right. You also had that increasing volume there. I like the look of this one. I think you are about to see this thing go for a decent ride here. Okay. TPs are going to be 65.75, 66.93, and 68.63. You would have wanted to take your entry down here in the zone, and then you were going to risk that zone. That was the plan. Now you're getting that. All right. All right, guys. That is what I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. All right. We're actually just briefly we can go through Amazon right here. You're still in the golden pocket. We could go to Microsoft right here. You're still in the golden pocket. Apple, iOS 18, guys, came out today. You see that arrow? You see how you almost back tested it. All right. We could call it a back test. You're holding the 9. You close out with the hammer candlestick. That's not going to be the worst look. All right. Come over here to Meta. Still in that golden pocket. You are still in that golden pocket, guys. Like I'm looking to be cautious right now. All right. I understand things are kind of, they're still up there and they're still looking bullish to me. But, I'm still looking for you to get this deeper pullback, and I want to take advantage of that deeper pullback. Look at that 0.618 bounce. Beautiful. All right. Beautiful. All right, guys. Now, with that being said, I hope everybody has a lovely rest of the day, and I will catch y'all in the next one. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like and share with anybody you would find, you think that would find this information, this consistent content coming from this channel useful. I love you guys, and peace.